Hey guys, I wanted to share a little guideline with you of what I do when I have somebody who contacts me and they say, they're interested in learning a little bit more about Scentsy. I have a little sheet of just 7 quick little questions that I like to address with them. I wanted to share when I was a new consultant and I'd have people that would ask me, they wanted to learn more about joining Scentsy. I did not know what to say. I was kind of always taken back. Just simply didn't know what to share with them. And then as I became more involved with Scentsy and I fell completely in love with it, there was so much that I wanted to share that I overshared, and I think I overwhelmed a lot of new potential consultants because I was sharing so much information. So I just simply have a quick little guide. In fact, I take it with me if I'm meeting with the person who's interested in joining. If we're meeting face-to-face, I take this little sheet of paper with me and I put it in front of them and tell them these are the questions that we're going to go over and we're going to answer them. Or else if I just have a phone interview that I'm doing with somebody who's interested in joining, these are my guidelines, same with online. So I want to simply share them with you in hopes that maybe it'll help you come up with your own guideline for when people ask that they're interested in joining your team, that you know what you can share with them. The very first thing that I do when someone comes up to me and says, I am interested in joining Scentsy, can you tell me a little bit more about it? The very first thing I say is, that's fantastic. I'd love to share with you. I'd love to answer your questions. Do you have any questions off the bat? Like, what are some of the questions that you have? I let them kind of start the conversation for me. And a lot of times, all of their questions are the exact same questions that I have written down on my sheet. But I just know that those are the most important to them and I'm going to answer them. Other times I'll have people that don't know even what to ask. Sometimes they've never actually even used the Scentsy products. They just know that Scentsy is a direct sales company and they're interested in learning about what it all is. So by asking them their question first, it's a great leeway for me to know where they are, to kind of gauge where the customer is with their knowledge of Scentsy. So after I let them ask their questions, the very next question I jump into is, what are the advantages of a Scentsy business? Now, direct sales is a fantastic avenue. I absolutely think direct sales market is a great business, and we don't ever want to tear down any other businesses. So don't ever compare a Scentsy business to another direct sales company business. You as a consultant come up with your own advantages. What sets Scentsy apart from other businesses? I have my own list and I kind of go through them. I absolutely love our products. Our product speaks volumes with the lifetime warranty of our warmers, as well as our fragrance, the quality of our products, and they're consumable. Our customers keep coming back and back for more because they simply cannot, they love our products so much, and there's not a product out there that matches it in value or in the quality. I also love that we have such a wide variety of customers that we can pull from, because Scentsy appeals to such a wide range of people, where we have products for young children all the way to any age that enjoys fragrance, as well as male and female. So many different products in our catalog appeals to so many people that we just have such a huge base of customers that we get to draw from. I love that we get to run our own business the way that we want to. There's flexible hours, so many things that set Scentsy apart. You come up with your own advantages of what you think Scentsy stands out as a business, why somebody should choose Scentsy over, what appeals with Scentsy. The next question we always address is, how much money am I going to make? Now, as consultants, we cannot disclose, like how much money I make versus so I make this much money, you're going to make this much money. We cannot simply share that, because in all reality, every consultant is going to have a different experience. Every consultant, based upon their efforts, their customers, the parties that they're doing, they're going to have their own results. What we can share is how much money they can make by doing certain parties. So such as, I used to share the percentage that they'd make, the 20%, 25%, but really that didn't make much sense to them. So I like to put it into dollar amount. If they would do a 400 PRV party, they would make $100 for that party, and let them know with two and a half hours of time, that's really, really good money. And keep in mind, this is American, so you're going to change it for your currency of what it's going to be. And I let them know not every party is going to be a $400 party. Some's going to be less, Others are going to be much more. But think about how many parties are you realistically willing to do in a month? And that way I can also ask, is there a certain dollar amount of money that you would like to earn in a month? And then I can let them know, we don't just have home parties that we can do. We have basket parties, online parties, and talk about the different types of parties that they can do so that they can be having these active parties out even while they're not out of the house doing it, whether they're sitting at the computer for an hour running a Facebook party, or else they're just meeting up with a hostess for 10 or 15 minutes while she goes out and collects outside orders for them. So I let them know, if you can have X amount of parties, that is this amount of money, this is how much you can realistically expect in a month. And if you want to grow your business, you're going to need to sponsor, and then you can earn more off of your sales as well as those who join your team. And that's just a quick little brief thing about how much money they're going to earn. Now, some people who are interested in joining really have a lot more questions about the compensation plan, and that's when I'll pull out the compensation plan and I'll go into detail with it. But if they don't have any more questions, I don't talk about it here because there's time later on, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody with that if they don't have any additional questions. The next question I like to talk about is, where can I find business to get off to a good start? And that just ties into what we just talked about. We talked about the home parties, basket parties, Facebook parties, the online parties, markets, events, all the different ways. And I really highlight about them having their very own launch party and stressing that and talking about how many people they really do know, and that not just focusing on people they know locally, but thinking of people that they know throughout the whole entire country, and then thinking about internationally, of expanding their business internationally. We can kind of get into all of those things, just little touch points, so that they walk away feeling like they have a lot of resources that they can go and build and market their business from. The next question I talk about is, what kind of training will I receive? And I let them know that as I am their sponsor, how I'm going to be there to help them and to walk them through the workstation, to guide them through their initial parties, and what they can get and expect from me as their sponsor, as well as what they can expect from our team. And how Scentsy has these great training tools available to them, how there's a whole library of training on from parties to absolutely everything that they can think of, to live trainings every single week that they can participate in as well. And let them know that in their starter kit, they're going to get such an excellent resource tool in their essential, or in their new consultant startup guide. And let them know that there is a lot of available tools for them that they can receive on becoming a successful consultant. Now, if it's a hobbyist, if I know somebody who's interested in joining and they're just interested in a hobby and they don't want to partake of all of these trainings, I let them know, it's not mandatory. They don't have to take any of these trainings, but they have a great resource in me and in our team for answering questions. The next question I like to talk about is, what is in the starter kit? And I simply just go over the Scentsy products that come in it, as well as the business materials that they're going to receive. And I really highlight and talk about the website and have them utilize that and say how that they can, as they're waiting for their starter kit to ship, that they can have their contacts already looking through their Scentsy catalog and shopping online with them and be planning their party, all because of included in their startup cost is going to be that free website. And I let them know that everything that they need to really start and have a successful business comes in that starter kit. And if they want to enhance their display, or if they want to have some products for inventory, but they don't have to, but really is through their launch party, that launch party that they're going to set up and get those free and half price products, they're going to turn around and they can purchase those products that they want to enhance their display with, or to have on hand for inventory, and get them on that discount for being their own hostess for their very first party. The last question that I like to talk about is, how soon can I get started? And I let them know that we can sign them up today. And I let them know the price of what the starter kit is going to be. And again, that we can walk through together. We would set them up with their very first party, their online party, their launch party, that they can go home and they can put it on Facebook, and they can send emails out and let everybody know that they have just joined Scentsy, and people can shop online with them. They can look at their catalog, or they can book a party with them, so that they can be working their business right from that moment that they sign up, and that they can be utilizing those great training tools that Scentsy has for us. So those are the questions that I simply go over. Those are the guide that I have when somebody comes to me and says that they're interested in Scentsy. Can you tell me a little bit more? So hopefully these questions can help you create your own guideline for what you can talk about when somebody comes to you and says, they're interested in learning a little bit more about Scentsy. And to keep it simple, but give it enough information so that they know what to expect and they know what is coming their way with it. And there's a lot of time after they join Scentsy to go through the workstation and to give them all of the training there. But when they're simply asking for information about the business, that's not the time to go through the whole entire workstation there. So anyways, I hope that this helps you, these little guidelines, and I wish you all the best when you have people coming to you asking for more information about joining your Scentsy team. So hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.